got the yawns again. To print off letters to people on the computer. Well, I thought it looked really pretty when we were talking about down, but I don't really need that, so I'm just going to turn it over on the back. And you're going to make the game board for Stick It, or the activity board, just the way we do that I've made it for you at school. So all you're writing are the consonants. You could do this on a piece of construction paper as well, or a piece of heavier paper. You could even cut apart a paper grocery bag if you want, because you can play this many, many times. So now we're just going to write the consonants. All right, so you want to write a B, and then leave a little space and go down and write a C. And I would love for you guys to try to write these by yourself. A round, up, down, a D. We're going to skip E. F. Let's see if I can move my fingers. Now remember, you don't hold your pen or crayon up so high. You hold down by the tip, but I'm going to keep my hand out of the way. A G. An H. Skip I. A J. A K. I think I'm going to do a middle row here. An L, an M, an N, skip O, a P. Now Q, remember, a round, up, down, backwards fish hook. And then always Q is with U. And then an R, and an S, and a T, skip U, a V, a W, skip X, because he never gets to be in blue, red, blue words, at least as the line leader. And then a Y and a Z. All right, now the next thing you're going to need is either a scrap of paper or a fork, or probably a spoon would be a little bit safer. You're going to need some scissors and some tape. So we're going to pause really quick and let you have a minute to go get that stuff. All right, I'll be curious to see if you can hear the singing in the background. I wasn't making it up when I told you Maddie sings all the time. So I've got a bunch of stuff here. Got a piece of scrap from the letters that I made from the man lesson. I got a spoon, because I do think that's safer than a fork. I got the top off a Triscuit box, because that makes a good stick, like the popsicle sticks we use at school. I have scissors, tape, and I'm doing this in our color coding. You don't have to. That's up to you. So let's make the chunk An. So write an A and an N. Now I suppose you could just move your scrap of paper down next to each line leader, but at school, remind your parents, we usually put it on a big flat tongue depressor popsicle stick because it's a little easier to hold. So, for example, you could just take this lid of this top off of a box, like a Triscuit box or a cereal box. You could probably even cut apart a cereal box and make your board on the inside. So, you could turn that over, take a piece of tape. This will be a good lesson. You guys can learn how to roll tape. So you bend the sticky side in and the sticky side in and stick it there. And you've got your own stick for Stick It that you can keep putting different word families on. Ban, k, and, d, and. Or you could stick it on the back of a spoon. And wonder if it would work better on the inside. Might work better on the inside. Let's try that. There you go. Fan, g, an, h, an, j, And be sure you ask your parents before you cut anything up, and be sure that you get the materials with their help. All right. I am going to put a place where they can print, if your family has a printer, our chart where you can write real and make-believe words. Which ones work and which ones don't. Obviously, Quan doesn't work. But you don't have to be able to print it. You can just get another scrap sheet of paper, like I'm going to do right now. Here, a little scrap of paper. And you can just make your own. You could even just see if Mom and Dad have a notebook somewhere in the house, and you could do all the work that we're going to do over the next few weeks in that notebook, one page at a time. So for your real words, just put a smiley face. If you want to write the word real, R-E-A-L, and we used a capital R because it's the title of this side of the chart. And then on your make-believe side, put a frowny face. And you can write, let's shorten that to another term, made up. And once again, I used a capital M on made and a capital U on up because that is the title of that side of the chart. And so if you were using your pencil or pen or whatever you want to write in, you know what? It's kind of weird being stuck at home all the time, isn't it? You all ought to ask your parents if you can write with pen. That would be something fun. So we already just figured out that Q-U-A-N, Quan, is a totally made up word. So you just write it on that side. And there you will have your own stick it, or spoon it, or Triscuit it, or whatever you want to call it, game. And you can change it to as many word families, as you want. And show Mom and Dad all the different vowels that you've learned. We're going to go over some other word families together throughout the couple of weeks. And in the next lesson, we're going to move on to a new kind of word that still only has one red letter surrounded by blue letters. But this time, we're going to have more than 2 blue letters, and we're going to use the blends. All right, see you in a little bit.